Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We are about to do the third mission of Chapter 1 and we're off to the UK and the Scottish Highlands to be precise. So shall we get cracking and see what we have to do?
In the north of Britain, in the midst of the Victorian era, the industrial city of Glasgow is bursting at the seams. The factories are working full blast, but the competition is not sleeping. In terms of economic issues, the countries in continental Europe have long since caught up. Something must be done to stop the cradle of the Industrial Revolution from falling behind. Anyone who doesn't toe the line now will fall by the wayside.
So there we go, off to the city of Glasgow. Kind of relevant to what we're doing in Transport Fever with the West Coast Main Line. I'll be right up to the northern end of that.
Scotland. The land of enlightenment. The land of progress. The land of science. The land of industry. The Glasgow City Council wants to modernise the transport infrastructure so that the city remains the vibrant industrial metropolis that it is today in the future as well. With your transport company, you're as good as predestined for this sort of contract. The shipyards on the Firth of Clyde have been famous for their sturdy boats for quite some time. New processes for the mass production of high-quality steel are now opening up previously undreamt-of possibilities. A member of the City Council recently proposed to you during a pheasant hunt whether you'd like to supply his friends in the shipbuilding industry with this essential material. Coal and iron are available in abundance in the areas around Glasgow. Off to the blast furnace with them.
So there you go, we've set up most of the things in the previous episodes, haven't we? So we don't need to go over that too much. What we've got to do now is connect this coal mine, this iron mine, up to steel production and take it into Glasgow. I notice here we've got barrels of whiskey. Is it Scotch though? I don't know. There are laws to make sure whether it's actually Scotch, classified as Scotch or not. And that would be out there in the distillery. It looks like this one's going to be showing us a little bit about shipping. And we also need to take a look at this, as it takes 2 iron, 2 coal to make 1 steel. Meaning we can balance these two, hopefully, with our lines. One thing I'm going to say about this playthrough on this mission is we're going to concentrate more on making our lines efficient than we are making our bank balance efficient. Because we start off a crazy amount of money. So we're going to get the lines up and we're not going to worry too much about money. Like for this road, yes, absolutely, take the tunnel because it's probably the smoothest way to the next connection over there. We are going to take it. I don't think we could plow through this money even if we tried. Well, maybe if we brought about 100 ships, that would about break the bank. But that's not what we need to do. So we're going to set up a simple line to provide steel. We're not going to optimize it overly. We are going to make it tidy though. In fact, this one here, we're eventually going off to Glasgow, but this one here is going to be for the coal coming in and the steel going out. We could make a single line taking coal, but I'm going to make... Oh, we don't need this, by the way, technically. This here. Truck stop, we could just have that. Instead, we'll have a station, just because we can. And then we'll have the other station up here. Or there. It matters not, does it? It matters not. As long as we're in the catchment area, we're good to go. Alright, so that's that all done. Where are we going to fit a depot in? We're going to put one just there. Like I said, we don't need to go over things too much as we've learnt all the basics up to this point. Now what we need to do is make a few lines. No, you're not done. I would like to connect up this road too. You'll see why in a second. There we go. The reason being, we need a... I'm missing something, aren't I? We need a truck station here too. Otherwise you're getting none of the coal. Actually, could you go that side? Would it be too expensive? Probably not. Well, like I said, we don't need to worry about money. That's a nice little short run for coal. There we go. We can do that, do that. Now, technically, we should be good to go. Yes. Right, let's make those lines then. We're going to have the coal line going from there to there. Let's colour it. Coal-ish colour of what we've got available. And we'll call that Glasgow coal. Nice and simple. There we go. We'll have another one from there. Oh, did I just add to it? Don't do that. Well, easily removed. Let's do another new line from there to there. Probably not the right way to do that, you Burke. You might as well do it properly if you're going to do it. There to there would make more sense, wouldn't it? Pick up the goods first and then drop them off. I believe orange is the colour of the icon for iron, so we'll go with that. So we've got Glasgow. Nope. Glasgow iron. Another line we need then. Our final line. Click on new line. We're going to go from there to a place we don't actually have a drop-off point. Now, when you select a truck station or truck stop, you'll see it nicely overlays who requires those goods and what goods are required. If we put it in there, that covers about everywhere. Click on it, you see it pretty much captures the entire industrial area. And then we're going to quickly bring down a new street here so that we can do sort of a loop. Is it that sort of road? Yes, it is. So we can have a street there, and we could also have a street going up there, couldn't we? It doesn't matter if it's bendy or curvy. Done and done. Now we need to finish that other line, this line 1. And we need to add a station in town. There we go. It does a nice little loop once it gets to Glasgow. And steel, I don't know. Not quite that colour, is it? It'll be more that colour. And this one is your Glasgow steel delivery. Ooh, delivery. There we go. Done and done. So we've got the basics set up. Let's set us some vehicles on those lines. We're going to buy cargo vehicles. These do everything on the map, so we're just horse-drawn carriages. Let's start with 5. Oh, not 51. That would break the bank a bit. Well, it wouldn't, would it? That wouldn't be too bad at all, but that's not how many we need. We'll buy all those. We could colour them, couldn't we? The same as the coal line. And we'll put those on Glasgow coal. We'll buy, to start with, 9 for iron. And we'll put those on the iron line, which we chose as orange, that I chose as orange. And you're all going on iron. And we're just going to buy 1 vehicle. And we're going to place this one, it's going to be that colour, on to the delivery. Now, it takes a little while for production to kick in, but having at least 1 vehicle do that run. Let's hit play. 1 vehicle at least doing that run will trigger demand from the steelworks there. Let's hit fast forward and we'll let those filter out. Eventually, this is not how I tend to do it when money's an issue, let's say. We could optimize that a little further, but we'll get to that when it's a thing. Let's turn off the payments flashing up there on the screen. Done and done. Now, if we go to the line statistics, we can see we need to balance these 2 figures for coal and iron. But it takes a little while for that to balance out and for our trucks to spread out. If we come down here, you'll see that they're all waiting at the moment. But each truck will attempt to space itself from the other one equally. It just takes a little bit of time, that's all. It's on fast forward, so it shouldn't take too long for them to get their initial deliveries going. And we'll probably see the steel works fire up there. Once we've got coal and iron, there it is.
Crave steel for colossal tubs. The bigger the better. But it doesn't get there all by itself.
Lovely. So we're now delivering both coal and iron. Let's check on the statistics again. The rate for coal is 148 annually per station. Townhouses. The townhouses are divided into 3 layers. Yes, we know about that. I've already done that. We're ahead of the tutorial because we've seen that before. And the rate for iron is starting to catch up a little bit. What we can do over time is revisit that once it's settled and increase the throughputs as necessary. So if, as it stands now, iron is lacking, so you would add another vehicle on the iron line. Which we might do, actually. It could be about right by adding another one. Do you know what? Let's do it. It shouldn't be too difficult. Let's choose him. Here we go. Let's choose this guy. Configure the vehicle. We see we've already got it selected. And then we can just throw another one on there. Beautiful. And then we'll see how that goes. What else could we do? Well, we could add more. Is that it? That's the steel delivery? We could add a few more of these, couldn't we? Let's add another 4. There we go. They're all going to go on and pick up steel. As we've got an abundance of steel already. That's going to make doing the initial task a breeze, really, isn't it? Look at it go. That's lovely. We're keeping it on fast forward this time. And we'll see how quickly we can progress through this one. Through this mission. Right, slow that down a little bit because I think we're about to make a bunch of deliveries. No, we're not. We've got plenty of time. How is the line doing? Have we balanced out yet? You see, throwing that extra truck or cart, horse and cart on the iron line has already made it close enough, I would say. We could probably put one more on. Oh no, there we go. It's sorting itself out. That might be the steel delivery trucks getting in the way a little bit. They are on separate platforms. You can change these at will. So what we'll do now, or what we could do, if it was a real playthrough, is we could balance this figure here for steel delivery to equal half of that, because you need double the amount of both of these to produce and deliver 1 steel. So at the moment it's 41. We'd need it at about, what, 65, something like that. So we could throw a couple more on from here. Click pick 2, add 2 more on. There we go. We'll see what that does for our line statistics. Close enough is what I'm going to say. There we go. We have our line underway. Now let's deliver that steel to the industrial sector of Glasgow. And we'll move on to the next one. You'll see we've got lots of people, residents, in their own vehicles. I do like that about the early play, because you would kind of race against the clock. Oh, there we go. We are done.
Deliveries of high-quality steel make it possible to build particularly seaworthy ships. Time to make use of these robust steamers. Sustenance for the city's working masses is found out on the islands. Delectable fish swim in the sea. And the distilleries on the Hebrides produce an absolutely exquisite whiskey. It's called the Water of Life. Get out there and explore the area.
The Water of Life.
Every ship needs a harbour. Your venture needs a particularly good one.
All right, highlighted area. We've got to build a harbour in this area here to probably to connect up to this whiskey. And we've got fish up there as well. I just noticed. Oh yes, we are going to do it. Thank you very much. Now you've got 2 harbours, passenger and freight. Obviously we're going to need freight. It doesn't say it specifically, and we can put it kind of at an angle as far away as possible, but as long as it touches the road there. We could build our own road if we wanted to, but that'll do.
To build a shipyard so that it won't be long before you can call a beautiful ship your own.
Okay, shipyard. Where would that be nice? Well, you can see the back end is there. This is the bit that's going in the water. That makes sense. This does not need to be connected to a road.
Buy a stately boat that will sail you safely through the wild waters of the Western Isles on your daring expedition.
Well, we can buy a boat. We're just going to buy whatever the biggest is, I think. How fast is it? It's 25 miles an hour versus 20. We should just definitely go with huge, shouldn't we? Goodness me, 1.57 million. Do it.
Explore the Western Isles to obtain fish and whiskey for the city.
Oh, so it does say to bring in fish as well. That's kind of cool. All right, so we can do that. We can set up 2 lines, can't we? We can set up the whiskey. We saw that earlier into there. And we'll call that... I don't know what we're going to call that. Whiskey shipping. That works. Colour's whiskey. Whiskey is... Not what colour the actual drink is. More what colour is the icon. I think that about represents it quite nicely. And I'm starting to feel like they use the colours from the colour menu. That seems to be a thing. They did say to deliver fish as well, so shall we set up a harbour here? And start delivering some fish? That'll be kind of cool, right? Ooh, yes. Does that count? We need to see if the pavement is connecting to the factory, which it is. We can have that in there. So that would be... Let's set up another new line. From there... It's a bit of a trek, that one, isn't it? We don't need to worry about it too much. Fishies were kind of... Do you know what? We'll go with the kind of aqua colour. And this would be... Fish shipping. Nicely named. We've got that going. Let's put this ship onto the whiskey run, because that's what it's immediately asking us to do. Establish a route and have the ship sail to the harbour of Port Ellen, or the Port Ellen Harbour. Read it how you like. Let's do that. Whiskey shipping. And I think what we will do is we'll buy another one and we'll send it. Does that take fish? They both take fish. Buy another one. Money is not an issue. And we'll stick this one on fish shipping. Once our ship, we could fast forward this now. Once our ship gets to here. Oh no, don't fast forward it. Do you know why? This is not going to trigger any demand here, so our ship's going to turn up and there'll be no goods. So what we would like to do, or what I would like to do, is add a... Oh no, not trains. Road vehicles. Add another train station. Add another vehicle truck station just there, and a drop-off over here for both fish and whiskey, neatly placed together. We can have you... I mean, it matters not, does it? Go there that you capture everything. So we'll have that there. And then we'll make another line and put a temporary... Not a temporary vehicle, just one vehicle doing it to trigger the demand. So let's create a new line from there to there. So combine fish colour and whiskey colour. Should we go in the middle? Have that garish green.
Industry is buzzing.
Oh.
Thanks to your services, its need for steel is always covered. In contrast, a lack of personnel looms on the horizon. Nowadays, the city's working class is outrageously spoiled. The workforce is rebelling more and more against the prevailing working conditions. On the other hand, in the Highlands, countless hungry people wait gratefully for employment. All that needs to be done is to get them to the city. Build a railroad in the wild west of the Highlands so that this remote stretch of land finally experiences the blessings of modern civilization.
There we go. We have now got to build a passenger line between Fort Williams over there, which is up near the fishing place, and Glasgow. I'm just going to say, we're going to take a zoom out on the map. Doesn't that look beautiful? Something weird going on there. I don't know what that is. What's going on over here? What are you doing? Anyway, something's going on there. Perhaps it's one of the bonuses. So this, we need to throw a truck on. You got distracted by bizarre little coach out in the middle of nowhere. we need to buy as a vehicle. I mean, as we know, that the only cargo truck we have does pretty much deal with everything. So we stick one on there. That should immediately trigger both, I would say, fish and whiskey. I could be wrong. Where's our boat? Our boat is still miles away. Both boats are miles away. We're definitely going to put more on there because why not? But does that trigger demand? No. We've got no demand as until we added a vehicle on there. I'm pretty sure there's been zero demand. Both our fish, we could fast forward this, couldn't we? Both our fish and our whiskey harbours are very quiet. Are we going to see our first ones go in there? Probably not. Not yet, anyway. Come on, you can do it. Are you even connected? Yes, you are. Where's our ship? Our ship's already almost here, but we've got nothing on there yet. Come on, shipping, do it. You know you want to. What have I done wrong? Have I missed something? Did I put the wrong vehicle on here? Set up... Oh no, there we go. Let's play that on the normal speed. Did you do anything? You didn't pick anything up. Ignore that it says steel here at the moment. That's kind of the default that it takes. What I would like to do is duplicate this ship. We'll put another one on. That's not how you do it, is it? We want to click on the ship, configure vehicle, and duplicate it, and have another one running that whiskey run. We could also do the same here. Why not? Make a bit of extra money from fishing. Get that going. Well, this isn't kicking into action, is it? You're not doing it. You don't want to start delivering your... Have I delivered it to the right place? That's the question. I think I have. Let's have a look at the lines here. Yeah, that is connected. That should all be connected. Well, let's add another... which one is it? It is Glasgow whiskey delivery. Yeah, let's add another vehicle onto there. Did I add the vehicle onto the right place? Yes, I did. Configure road vehicles. We'll duplicate that one. There we go. See if that kicks demand up for our whiskey. If not, I've successfully fudged it. And I should really go and see what's the problem. Come on. What's up with you? These ships accept everything, right? Or did I put the wrong ships on though? It wouldn't surprise me. One of the nice features now is that ships instantly change, but I don't know whether that's going to be staying. Let's have a look. Details. What do you carry? I think they carry everything. Whiskey? Yeah, you carry the lot, don't you? Absolutely. But it's not kicking into gear, is it? You're just not delivering. This connects to... Oh, you muppet. You probably saw it. Right, here we go. We're not actually connected. I thought it was connected. It is not, but that's okay. We're going to delete this. It's not a problem. When we added the truck station, it removed the link because I guess it did some minor terraforming. So what we could do is add in the truck station, perhaps, just like so, and connect it. So that's at that height, the same height as the harbour there, and then we'll send our roads off up to the same level as the other roads. This should fix it. There you go. A nice little bit of figuring out for us to do. Right, if we do that, now let's check the line. Make sure this is still connected. Beautiful. This wasn't connected before. Adding in... You have to be careful about that then. It was definitely adding the station. Now, if we hit that on fast forward, I mean, it's put us a little bit behind, but does that trigger both fishing and whiskey? There we go, guys. There we go. It was that bizarre thing where it disconnected our harbour from our road. Fear not. Fear not. We've got it working now. Will that drive demand for our fish as well? I mean, we don't really care about the fish too much. It might not even be active yet. But what we do care about is whiskey. Yes. We care about... No, there we go. A fish is now being demanded. And that's kicked production in. It's a good example of what happens if you don't have the final demand at the city being... if you picture the orders going all the way back from the city, they will not create anything until there is demand. Unlike raw resources such as the iron mine and the coal mine, which will continually produce, but they won't produce any end product unless it's required. So there we go. Which is why I like to put one truck on, but that fell on its face, didn't it? The reason being is because it disconnected there. There was technically no orders. Now let's take a look how this is doing before we do the passenger line. Quick trick we can do here is only visible, and if we zoom in to just our little network here, you see it nicely filters out all the lines we're not interested in. We could still maybe put another steel one on there before we do the passenger run. So which line was that? That is the steel delivery. We'll add another vehicle onto that. Beautiful. And how does that do for our... We want to just look at these. How does that do for our run? You're actually still doing a bit more on the old coal, aren't you? Which is not surprising. We've got coal doing this, and you've got iron doing that. So you need to just balance it out a little further. So if we pick that line and configure the vehicles for it, add another one on there. Perhaps we can get that even closer to perfect. There we go. Now we've got 64, so 64 times 2 would be 130. We could actually stick another one on there, couldn't we? Steel delivery, stick another one on there. What's that doing for our frequencies? Our rates, not frequencies. Well, the frequencies you could map to work out what sort of vehicle complement you require on each line. But I do like playing with this when you're doing a real run or a free play, for instance, and money is an issue. It's not really at the moment. The only reason we've lost a lot is because we brought 4 ships, each worth £1.5 million each, or dollars as I've got it listed. You can see though, these are making a small fortune now. Our run combined, that's nice. There we go, we're almost into 1881. Let's hit play. Beautiful. Should we set this line up? I think it's actually a good time to end it there. We've got everything underway. The next thing we've got to do then is set up Fort Williams to Glasgow. I like to keep these short at the moment, guys. Just I want to get videos out every day up until release, if possible, because I took time off work to do this. This is probably a perfect time to end it, so I can get it edited and uploaded for you, and you can be yelling at the screen probably at what happened here. Easily done though. I did not notice that. What do you got on board before we leave off? What do you got? You've only got 4 fishes. How much does 4 fish give us? We'll see the blue number tick up in a second. I do like the way they slide into the docks here. So 4 fish gets you 35,000 and what was that? $35,800? That's crazy. We're definitely making a bit of a loss here at the moment, but that's understandable because you're not running full. How about whiskey? Whiskey, you've now got 27 on board of a total with both compartments. You've got 2 compartments here, so you could evenly split it between 2 products. We've got an entire compartment empty. Production might kick up though. How's production doing up here? Yes, there we go. There's 45 there at the moment. Production is slowly kicking up. I like it. We could add more to here, couldn't we? Configure. Let's add not configure. We don't want to do that just yet. I wanted that one. If we double the amount on here, that should do us. A bit of extra money. We don't need them. How much is that going to give us? Like a boatload of whiskey, quite literally. $213,000. I will take it. I love these harbours. This is the morning, by the way. That's when I'm recording. Yeah, I couldn't wait to get up and start recording. That's where I'm at right now. So there we go, guys. We've got our runs sorted. Quick look at the overview. Let's take a look. Close enough. What do you reckon? That's a good place to end it. So when we come back, we've got a bit of a journey to go through here. We're going to set up a passenger line at Fort William and bring it down to Glasgow. And then we've got our first train service in the Scottish Highlands. Hope you enjoyed that one. Where should we find a nice place? See the boats going off into the distance here. There we go. Let's hide the UI. Yeah, I hope you enjoy that one as we see this ship disappear into the distance. We'll be back tomorrow to finish this mission. This mission, isn't it? Yes, to finish this mission off. And until then, take care.